Welcome, Divine Masculine, to a timeless reading of yours where you have decided to check in to a collective reading to see whether or not anything within this reading is for you. Bear in mind in doing so that this is, again, a collective reading and not a one-to-one reading, all right? And that using your discernment is important to take all the information that resonates with you and to leave anything behind with the reading that may not. In regards to me, I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. Should you want to know who she is, what she's all about, her details can be found in the description box below. You'll also find other various links to help you travel between two sister channels that I run. In regards to the reading itself, bear in mind that femininity and masculinity are non-gender specific. However, please remember femininity encapsulates both feminine and masculine energies, and masculinity also encapsulates feminine and masculine energies. Alright, let's get into your reading. Lots of sadness. Shit just got very heavy. Sad about shit you can't talk about. Look at that. I was just going to say where the energy was for anxiety for Divine Feminine in this time, for you it's sadness. And the same card came out that's taking care of the reading, all right? The Emperor energy. All right. To see the Eight of Cups almost wanting to fly out. It's definitely something having to do with the emotional part here. All right. It's energies that haven't been able to be marked off or even like give attention to. Maybe an abusive trauma that you've never actually gotten therapy for. So maybe you just don't know how to talk about it. Like I said, it is emotional here, the Strength card. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Death card is the same card that came also out for Divine Feminine at this time. All right. So it's hard for you to keep the beat. Okay. It's hard for you. Yeah. At the same time, the beat is being kept by staying busy. At the same time, you just don't know what the fuck is going on. And so you're trying to just kind of blend in. You're blending in. Oh, I don't like this. You're blending in instead of standing out. You're also afraid of standing out and having your pain. Like as if coming out with this pain, someone's gonna, judge you for this shit. I feel that anger. I feel that like judgmental energy in the room. I don't fucking like it. It's mass. It's a massive density of mass. It's so hot. It's like right here. It's so hot. Whew. All right. All right, where could it be showing up? Well, definitely in the 3D. It's in your physical space, okay? It's not in the air. It's not over there. It's right fucking here. That's why it's here. It's your immediate surrounding, all right? It's your immediate motherfucking surrounding, all right? Whoa. Person, fucking place, or thing is in reality here. It's not over there. It's not over yonder. It's motherfucking right here. Person, place, or thing, this problem is right motherfucking here. Alright, so let's see. Let's see. I swear to God, I cannot handle the Seven of Swords coming out. I just want to make that clear for whatever the fuck is listening. If the 7 is 444, as I said that, I don't want it. I don't want the 7 of Swords here. I don't want it. I don't want it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that's not the lyrics. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's try. That was so quick. I was like, I don't want it. And it's not it. It's even better. It's all right. The sun. We don't want it. All right. For those of you who have no idea what I mean by that, it's okay. Check out my content. Maybe you'll come across it. Subscribe. Maybe I'll say it in the future energies. Just know I don't like it. All right. So the sun, fine. We'll take it. But the sun is also in charge of all this shit. Okay. So it coming out at this stage, fine, I'll take it. But what the fuck is this? Okay. So you're blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. There is negative energy around you, and you are so fucking blinded. You're so blinded. You're absolutely blinded. You have no idea that the person who commits crime, the weapon is right here. Ooh, I just heard Excuseville. This person is so wonderful, but this person loves me. This person says I love me all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Good. I can't handle it no more. Alright? Please understand that the Emperor is a major arcana, major mystery. The Strength card is major arcana, major mystery. The Death card is major arcana, major mystery. The Sun, major arcana, major mystery, and now we have Judgment, major arcana, major mystery. And there goes you. Little Page of Pentacles. Little Page of Pentacles in the sea of major mysteries. You're like, where is the mystery? Right the fuck, right here. It's right in front of you. I said right here. It's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, hello. The siren is sirening. Hello. The problem, bam, right the fuck here. Right in front of your fucking face. 737 as I said that. Whoo. So if the problem's right here, ladies and gentlemen, all those in between and beyond, you're instigating the fucking narrative. You're a part of the problem. Telling you that you're part of the problem is part of the problem in and of self, because you're going to be like, fuck off, I'm not part of the problem. Are you sure? Are you sure you're not part of the problem? Are you lying to yourself or to me? Or to the powers that be? Which one you lying? Which one you lying to? Woo, major eye roll. All right. Little old you in the sea of major mysteries. Oh, how a major mystery it is when the mystery is right here. Fuck me is what I actually am hearing. They're like, we've been telling you to come over to the sea of echelons over here, but you're like, no, over there. No, over there. And we're like, no, over here. You're like, no, over there. And look, now you're in nose deep in the problem. Literally, nose deep in the problem. You're nose deep in the motherfucker. You're nose deep. You see that shit? Yeah, that's right. No, there? Yeah, nose deep? Nose deep. You're so nose deep in the problem, you can't see the fucking nose. That's how deep you are. Nose deep in the problem. Whose problem? Your problem. All the bullshit you're carrying. Woo. Remove the person. You remove the crime. You remove its influence upon thee, and then, break free. And then all these emotions can finally dance and just swim and be free if you take the problem and move it. Oh, this card just Six of Cups. All right, this is gaslighting heavy. A lot of y'all are in a narrative where you listen to most other collective readings. That is your right to do so. Yet what you're absorbing is interesting. You're taking. You're being told it's reconciliation time. But what you're feeding is taking and not giving. So how can the energy recycle itself to reconcile anything? And if you're thinking, well, I'm not fucking taking, I'm giving, what do you think I mean by that? You're taking. You're taking somebody else's ownership of having so much depletion about you. You're taking time out of your day to unawareingly, like with unawareness, mind you, of how quickly empty you're becoming. That's what you're taking. You're taking the dosage of, I need to do this, rather I want to do this. Instead of living in your needs and having fun with the wants. I don't know if that was well said. However, I do something of that came through the way I wanted it to come through. It's the best way I can leave it at that. Because reconciling with someone or someone of the past shouldn't be just a slogan set to everyone and everyone thinking then you should literally reconcile with the past. It's almost dangerous. It's almost saying if a predator was your bully because you were its prey, we're basically telling the prey reconcile with not only the bullying of the past, but with the predator that caused the victim, you the prey, to now feel that you have to go back in time and reconcile. Which means in reconciliation, you invite the predatorial memory, action, situation, trauma back again. This is the shit that people go to counseling for. And that has to be therapeutically, with safetyness in mind, with integrity in mind, get to build upon. And do. And fix. That's reconciliation. Reconciling with aspects of who you are that makes you feel so contingent in the fact that you have to solve somebody else's bullshit. You have to apologize for them. You have to forgive them for their actions. What the fuck? What? When people say, forgive them, what do you mean forgive them? I didn't say you should. I didn't ask for them to say, hey, you, I want to be your prey. And now I have to go in back in the time to be like, I forgive you for seeking me out as prey. For you seeing the target on my back and hitting me, I forgive you for that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but my ego alone will not handle that shit. I will excuse me, I gotta do what now? Lord. I used to have a thing where I would try to tell people that, you know, it's like living death. When I was younger, my father wasn't in the picture deliberately, as in it was his choice. So for me, growing up, trying to rationalize that decision he imposed on himself and then with that decision onto me, if I would have religion at the time, the religion would have probably told me, you should forgive your father and you should forgive yourself. Thank God they weren't around, because I probably would have flicked them a middle finger at them at that time too. However, I do listen, and I can't speak this word into rationality that someone could have. At once upon a time, maybe in fantasy, and told me that shit for me to say that now. However, to make amends with that, I had to make amends with another reality, actual death. And I'm like, what is the difference? What is the difference between the dying body leaving and never returning and the physical body saying adios and also never returning and still being alive. What is the difference? What do we reconcile? Who do I forgive? I think it's a controversial conversation to have with everyone, and not just anyone. Would I want to have it with everyone and anyone? Abso-fucking-lutely, because I want to know what people are thinking when it comes to having to rationalize other people's decisions when their decision imposed themselves onto you. Why does the victim of that imposing have to turn around, feel empowered, and then say, thank you, I forgive you for choosing me? Huh? I'd really much advocate that, especially in English, it's really hard to dance with the contradictions. It's fucking so many. Oh, I can't handle another major arcana. All right, the lovers. All right, so we're just talking about that. We're trying to figure out who's what. And the best way I can say to make dance with this and how it impacts you in rationalizing all this is to hear the ambiguous words said in the beginning. Femininity is feminine and masculine. Masculinity is feminine and masculine. There are people who are gendered specific, and then there's people who say, I am what I say I am. And no matter what it is you see of me by first impression, I tell you who I am. That's a beautiful symbiosis of somebody figuring themselves out, taking ownership of who they are, and being completely unapologetic for it. That being unapologetic for it does not mean that this person should be void of compassion, should not be void of empathy, should not be void of fulfilling themselves with paying attention to one another. If you do that shit with greed, well, we know what that is, because the consequence may be sitting here listening to this shit. Oof. All right. Six of Swords. Movement. I cannot tell you if it's towards someone or away from someone. I cannot tell you that. I'm not going to sit here and do the 50-50 of coincidence and say, move, and you're saying, I'm not moving, and dance with that contradiction. But what I will say is there's movement, whether you're staying in this vicinity and moving the air so that it can filter and be less dense and less pressurizing and less of a weight for you, because it's unconditional. You need to breathe in the conditions through of that unconditionality so that the essences of damnation aren't weighing down so heavy. You can do that with the person that you love. And then if you don't have somebody and you're worried about whether or not the narrative needs to fit in order for that narrative to show up, you're part of the problem. So it's movement energy. And it's in disguise for who will take that role and what will take that role in order to be considered moving energy. That's part of the major arcana influence here. The prize of the pudding is however the prize of the pudding will make you feel like it's jello and spinning and beautiful and wiggly and jiggly and jiggly. And if y'all don't have any idea what that means to let loose a little bit, it's time to let loose a little bit. I mean, the energies are going to come down that heavy, that influential, without a doubt, for you to learn that fucking lesson, period. Fucking period. You know, I think some of you are also in that dialogue of YOLO, you know, you only live once. Fuck out of here. You cannot be in this niche, taking this energy, listen to the first fucking few minutes of a tarot read that says, past and present and future does not exist, and say YOLO. Because even if you're a new soul, it ain't gonna be YOLO for you. So, I mean, come on. Let's be real. Some of you have a lot of excuses as to what can't be done. You know damn well if you were in a conference of a fucking job that was fucking 6 to 8 fucking figures long, you'll find the fucking solution. Like, why does a money stamp say, oh, solution can be found? The more masculine energy that is also feminine and masculine keeps yearning towards materialism that feeds their security, the more the alpha toxicity will remain what it is. Because that same energy is gaslighting themselves from the feminine energy that makes the masculine what they are, which is also your intuition, also your sense of emotions, also your anger and your sadness and the vulnerability and the things that make you raw. The kindred spirit of who you are, what you are, the lovable energy, the wanting, the needing, desiring, the answering. That's fucking feminine energy. Alright, anyway. No more tarot, some other cards, so. Alright, we have first quarter, number 38, focus. We have karma, south node 34. Alright, Divine Masculine, that is all that I have for you at this time. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.